One reason I love reading in the mornings is because it gets my brain moving, it gets the juices flowing, and I think new thoughts. I think thoughts about other areas of life that aren't not even necessarily applied to the book that I'm reading. So I'll give you an example. I'm reading The 4-Hour Body right now by Tim Ferriss. He talks about a few ideas, and maybe sometime we'll talk about minimum effective dose. But today what I want to talk about is how amazing it is you can apply something from one field to many other fields. I'll give you an example. So he talks about how it's really important to measure your results. Now, this is what I'm going to tell you. In any area of your life, you need to measure two things. If you measure things, you're going to get better results. The first, you need to measure where you're at. The second is you need to measure your progress. You need to measure where you're at, and you need to measure your progress. So let's use an example. If it's your physical health that you want to work on, then measure your current body fat percentage, and then measure it as you go along. Measure it every day, measure it every week, measure it every consistent block of time, and then what'll happen is you'll start to see the results. What that does is it encourages you because it's observable data. It's a tangible measurement that you can say, okay, this is what happened. This is the difference between now and last week. What I wanted to give you were a few ideas in a few areas of life. In coaching, it's really difficult to help people measure things because most people haven't thought about this before. But here are the few things, okay? If it's your physical health, what you want to do is measure your body fat percentage. You can also measure your progress, not only through body fat, but you can buy a device. So buy a pedometer, buy an Apple Watch, buy a Fitbit, buy something that allows you to measure what's going on and how you're doing. A Fitbit can make a huge difference in a person's life. If it's money, write down your balance sheet, write down your net worth, what your net worth is, or your assets versus your liabilities, versus things in your life that aren't adding up. Okay, measure your spending, measure it to the penny for a while. This will change how you spend money. If it's time, write down a schedule. Look at your yearly schedule. Look at how many vacations you take. Look how much time you take off. Measure how many hours of TV that you're watching. And as you measure those things, it'll help. If it's relationships, even relationships you can measure, something that's really difficult to measure. So what I want you to do is write down a questionnaire and get your partner, or your kid, or your parent to answer it, grading you on a scale of 1 to 10 in different areas of life and relationship and how you're doing. As you do this in different areas of your life, as you measure where you're at, as well as your progress, you will start to see change because it encourages you.